Hi, I'm Rich with Inside HPC. We're here at ISC 2019 in Frankfurt, Germany, and I'm here with Gilad Shainer from Mellanox. Gilad, welcome to Frankfurt.
Thank you very much. Welcome you to Frankfurt.
Well, yeah, we're back again. But I thought maybe we should start at the beginning. What's new this week with Mellanox at ISC 2019?
So I think, the ISC 19 for us is going to be a very exciting conference. We were talking about HDR, 200 gigabit per second InfiniBand technology that we brought to the market. Yeah. And on the top 500 list, for the first time, we're going to see 4 HDR, 200 gigabit per second supercomputers. There is one from TAC, Texas Advanced Computing Center, which will be the fastest supercomputer built in 2019. And it's ranked number 5 on the top 500 list. We're also going to see systems, we're seeing systems from Mississippi State University on the top 100, a system from Tsukuba University, and a system from CSC in Finland. So we're very excited to see the fastest technology getting into the top 500. There is a huge demand for the 200 gigabit per second HDR InfiniBand because of the highest bandwidth, the extremely low latency, the innovative in-network computing technologies that helps to accelerate the performance of both HPC and AI applications. I can tell you that there are several more HDR systems that are not on the top 500 list. Mm-hmm. So there's a broader installation base. Yeah. And we do expect to see many more systems on the top of the list in the next coming lists.
Yeah, so how did you fare in the top 500 overall? Between you guys do Ethernet and you do InfiniBand. Correct. How does that look?
So as we all know, the top 500 list includes both the traditional HPC platforms as well as a lot of systems that are coming from the hyperscale. Yeah. Or the US hyperscale companies, the Chinese hyperscale companies, and so forth. Yeah. And that's kind of how the list is being split. I'd say that a little bit more than half of the list, it's actually more hyperscale cloud infrastructures. And then a little bit less of the list is more of the HPC platforms. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So InfiniBand continue to be the interconnect of choice for the HPC platforms on the list, connecting 126 systems. And then on the hyperscale side, or the Ethernet side, Mellanox connects all of the 40 gig Ethernet system on the list, the vast majority of 25 gig Ethernet on the list, and the majority of the 100 gigabit Ethernet on the list. So we have around 170 Ethernet systems on the list. Mm-hmm. So if we combine everything together, Mellanox connects around 296 systems on the top 500 list, which is a growth of around 37% if you take a year back. Okay. So there is more system. Yeah. We're very proud to see our Ethernet systems on the list and InfiniBand system on the list, and increased adoption of both our HDR InfiniBand as well as our fast Ethernet solutions. Yeah. Well,
Gilad, I read a lot of announcements about new machines, and it seems like more and more are hybrid. They got this AI component. Are you seeing that as well? And how does Mellanox play there?
Yeah. So we're going to see more and more AI systems, or more and more they need to run AI workloads on HPC systems. Mm-hmm. I would say there is 2 sides of HPC into AI. The first one is that if you want to effectively run AI, you need to use the HPC technology. And that's why we see a lot of companies utilizing HPC solutions being built in order to use them for running AI workloads. Yep. And they're using the Mellanox interconnect because of the high throughput, because of the in-network computing innovations, because we can run part of the training elements on the network and give them the right scale and so forth. Yeah. And the other side, if you look on the core HPC, then we look on the research and university, for example, that want to explore how to take the massive amount of simulation data and use AI in order to better predict or increase the accuracy of other simulations, of future simulations. Okay. And that's why we start seeing more and more hybrid systems that include the AI components, as well as the rest of the HPC technologies.
Yeah. Well, what else are you showcasing in the booth? Things like Sharp, for example, that kind of thing? Yeah.
So first, we have the broad range of the Mellanox products, both of the HDR 200 gigabit InfiniBand, which is the fastest technology out there, as well as our Ethernet solutions. We are doing demonstrations on utilizing Sharp, which is our in-network computing capabilities to accelerate data aggregation, data reductions, which both accelerate HPC or MPI and also the deep learning frameworks. We showcase a demonstration that we utilizing Sharp together with NVIDIA Nickel, which is NVIDIA Collective Communication Library being used for AI workloads. And how Sharp can, on one side, accelerate HPC, on the other side, accelerate deep learning. And we're also showing another demonstration around GPU virtualization, which is kind of utilizing GPU as a service. And if you're gonna go around the show floor, and I encourage you to go into that, you will see a lot of our partners showcasing our InfiniBand or HDR InfiniBand technology, either within their platforms or as part of the demos or as part of their partnership, working with us in order to bring that technology into their solutions.
Well, we can't let you go without talking about the student cluster, because you guys are so heavily involved with that over the years, and this year being no exception. Something like 14 teams, I believe, are going to face off this week and building their own clusters, right?
So definitely I'm very happy that Mellanox is part of the HPC Advisory Council, HPC AI Advisory Council, which is doing a lot of HPC education and outreach and research and working with key researchers or research entities around the world. Part of the HPC Council activities or HPC AI Council activities is managing the student cluster competition. So from my perspective, I'm very happy to see that this year the council, together with ISC, managed to increase the number of teams. Last year it was 12, it was increased to 14 teams coming across the entire world. And they have just one limitation, which is 3,000 watts. And then with that limitation, they can build their own supercomputer, small supercomputer, and innovate on the hardware. And then they can also innovate on the software. And they're going to compete on getting the best performance for several HPC workloads. Some they know ahead of time, so they could practice. Some of those they don't know. So that's going to be the first time they're going to see them here. As well, they're going to also compete on running AI, training and then inferencing. As we all know, AI and HPC share the same infrastructures more or less, and we want to bring both the HPC knowledge and the AI knowledge. I wish all the team good luck, and it's going to be really interesting to see who's going to win.
You know, it's a great program, and bringing up the next generation of HPC professionals with the help from the HPC Advisory Council. So congratulations on that.
Thank you very much.
And hey, thanks for having me on here today, and have a great show at ISC.
Thank you very much, Rich. It was great to see you.